The weirdest thing I've seen in a garage sale is people putting their taxidermy animals out there that
See,
are like, no, not just regular taxidermy
like their
animals,
dog and
weird
stuff?
No, yeah, like pets and
Like Spot.
like squirrels and
Squirrels
like,
I could see because some people
but
really are
not
into that.
like, but not like
Or
well
jackalope.
done, not well done taxidermy.
Oh, so like
I'm
DIY.
talking- Yes, totally
Oh,
DIY,
man.
creepy. Like, bro, in Missouri, some of these people do some.
Here we go. Hey, hold my beer.
And now,
Let's get it on. No, that was what ref was that?
That was the guy that refed the Tyson
Mike
Holyfield
something,
fight.
wasn't it? Mike.
I don't know, the Holyfield Tyson fight.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
get
get
it
it
on.
on. They used him.
He was
for
also a
celebrity
judge. He was also a
deathmatch and stuff.
judge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had
it could.
a
I don't know if
unique
it was
voice. It was. I feel like it was Mike something.
Mike. I don't know. I'm thinking of judge names. I don't know. Was he Italian? They're part of that Italian mafia.
Mike. Oh. No.
Well, here,
I
let
don't
me
know.
just.
I gotta find out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna bug me now. You had to make my
I know.
OCD
I
come
had
out.
to. And we're too scatterbrained to actually
Official
stay on
that
topic.
officiated Tyson versus Holyfield.
Mills Lane.
Mills Lane. We were way
Not
off.
Mike. Mills.
Mills Lane. That sounds like a
Yep.
cereal company.
He was a TV judge too. You were right.
Yeah. I think he was
It's
actually a
weird.
judge altogether, and then like he was also a ref, kind of like how NFL refs are also
Yeah.
doctors and lawyers and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's
for
a
the job,
fair
though.
job for a judge if you think about it. Like a referee, that's
Yeah.
a great side hustle for a judge. That's solid.
That's like the perfect job
Yeah,
for a judge.
absolutely.
I mean, is it a judge that you want being a referee, or do you want him being a ring judge, like the one that does all the points and stuff?
You could, but
A cop
then I
should
think
be
you'd
the
rather,
ref.
I like the idea of being just the neutral force in the ring that enforces the rules. I like that. That fits a judge, man. That fits a judge. Not
Yeah.
necessarily the scorer, but the person who keeps the things in check in reality. It's cool.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
a
speaking of
sheriff could serve
referees,
that role too.
Speaking of referees, like we didn't really discuss this before, but why isn't Jordan here?
You know what? That's a good point.
Was it his fault or our fault?
I'm not sure. I assumed that he was. This one could be on me.
Or us?
Well, okay. So here's the deal. You remember he referees. He's got his refereeing crew. There was a big. I got our schedules mixed up. Apparently, there was a big puppy bowl this morning. You've seen the puppy bowl where they get the dogs out and it's super cute. They run and they've got the football. Yeah. He reffed it. He was refereeing it, and it just so happened that it was.
Was this like
morning.
the puppy bowl before the puppy bowl for the Super Bowl?
Like when you see the Super Bowl, you know how they do the puppy bowl and it's super cute.
One of those prepping type things.
Right. Well, that's actually pre-recorded, right? So he's helping referee for the next puppy bowl.
What?
And
lucky dog.
Okay, so
no pun intended.
The last puppy bowl was pretty tragic. There was apparently kind of an adorable puppy that stole the show. And
I didn't hear that.
After the show, come to find out the dog didn't make it. And so they had kind of a in memory of that cute little puppy. And you know how Jordan is with dogs.
Oh, so, yeah. Names them all Rocky.
Yeah, every one of them's got to have a Rocky themed name. And they're all his babies. You know, he treats them better than royalty. So
usually. We can ask Christine if he teaches him better than Christine.
You know what? She might agree with that. So, no. But no, unfortunately, Jordan could not be here. He is refereeing the puppy bowl. So,
well, other than that, how have you been, buddy? You have a
I've been
busy
good,
weekend.
dude. It has been a very busy weekend, man. We've been kind of fighting two fronts this week. We're finishing the flooring upstairs, which all we've got left is the bathroom.
Ooh.
We've done both bedrooms. We've done the main floor. We've done the kitchen. We've done the dining room. So we've got the stairs and downstairs to do on the flooring. And then we had a garage sale this weekend. But man, let me tell you, what a weird weekend to do a garage sale. Like, first off, I need like 5 minutes to just rant about Kimberling City and yard sales. It's weird. One, like the roads around here are awful. Like you can't find anything. And so I put up 6 signs to this garage sale and people were still getting confused on finding it because there's so many little tiny roads around here tucked away. Um, so there's that one. And then the other thing, we were going to do it last weekend only to find out that you have to pay $1 a day for a permit to do a garage sale in Kimberling City.
Technically, that's how
So
it is in Hutch too, but
that
nobody ever does it.
doesn't surprise me. And truthfully, we didn't. Like I asked mom if she did it on Friday. I said, "So did you go get the permit?" She goes, "No, I didn't get no stupid permit. I'm not paying them money for my garage sale." Oh, so
And isn't
there you
like
go,
if
Mom.
you
I threw
make
you
a
under the
certain
bus.
amount, like you have to claim taxes on it?
I don't know what that amount is, but I don't know why they feel the need to get involved in every transaction. Man, like they already do sales tax, they already do income tax. Like throttle it back, Missouri. Throttle it back.
The dictatorship.
Exactly, man. Taxes are theft.
You know.
Taxes are
But
theft.
other than that, how the garage sale go overall?
Overall, it was relatively successful. It got the weather was good on Thursday and Friday, and then it just got progressively worse. Saturday it was cold. Sunday it was like windy and cold. So like Thursday she did fine. Friday she did great. Saturday she didn't get like she had some customers, but it was cold, and so like we only had business for like 4 hours, and then it was dead because
Did you
nobody
also
was
do
getting
like the
out once the
virtual
weather
garage
got
sale
better.
where like, hey, you could like say you want to hold this and come pick it up
Well,
later?
yeah. People came by and people that we knew commented and said, "Hey, I want to buy that," and so we held it for them. But for the
That's
most
good.
part, no, people were stopping by. And then, like I said, Sunday was windy and cold, so Heather was there at 7:30. By 9 o'clock, they hadn't had a single person show up, and she had spent the whole time picking up and moving stuff that had been blown over by the wind.
Oh man.
So she was done. She was like, "I'm done. I quit." So she walked away after that one. So, but we had all sorts of stuff out. I mean, we had movies, we had some furniture, some
A grill.
bookshelves, we had a grill, all sorts of stuff. I mean, I thought we had a pretty decent selection.
I mean, I never understood the whole like difference between a yard sale and a garage sale at first, really. But then, like when you think about it, a yard sale is like it's 50-50. Like it could be in the garage, it could be in the yard, whatever. Like that's the same thing, right?
I think it's just linguistics, bro. I think it's just different areas call it different things. But a yard sale, a garage sale, and a moving sale are all essentially the same thing.
And then you have a real estate sale, like where you sell everything inside.
Now, that's different. An estate sale is different because an estate sale is basically somebody has died and they're selling everything. So instead of it being like, oh, hey, here's some tables with our stuff set out on it and you can browse through it, it's walk through this house and if there's anything at all that you see that you want, make an offer on.
I wonder
So
if you
like
guys
if
could have just
that's
done that.
we could, and I think Mom will when we actually go to move, but right now we haven't bothered with it.
Just only
So
you'd be like a living, yeah, because you have living estate sales and then you have death estate sales.
yeah,
Like
I
here in
mean, I guess
Kansas.
you don't have to die to do an estate sale. It's just an estate sale is usually like everything goes.
Yeah.
You're
And
selling the whole thing.
Rage Beef Jerky is a sponsor of the Chubby Buddies podcast, and they have given you a 15% discount code. And all you got to do is visit www.ragebeefjerky.com and use that promo code Chubby for 15% off your order. They have 6 flavors that range from cracked black pepper, hot, sweet and spicy, original, teriyaki, and bacon jalapeno. And they can be found in 5 states across 400 plus locations that range from Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Arkansas. Anything you'd like to add, Joshua?
Man, I'll just tell you, it's, again, you're not reading off a script. I love that you have all of that stuff down. That makes me so happy that you've got it in your head. You know that much. You can absolutely be a rep for Rage Beef Jerky. Let me tell you, it's worth it because this jerky's good. Bacon jalapeno is my preference, followed very quickly by peppered. Both of those flavors are phenomenal. Bobby, what was your sweet and sour or sweet and spicy?
It's really a tie for sweet and spicy and pepper because
Peppered, yeah.
I'm not tired. I can't get tired of any of their flavors, but I do favor sweet and spicy and pepper.
Have you found yourself leaning towards meat sticks versus jerky or vice versa?
I think I've narrowed it down to where I think I enjoy meat sticks as a actual snack. And if, like, you know how we chew on sunflower seeds, like outside or anything like that?
Yeah.
That's when I enjoy the beef jerky, but I could still eat beef jerky. I could eat either one and I wouldn't complain.
I'm with you. The meat sticks are a great, like
a meal replacement.
Like when you're hungry, when you're hungry and you're like, I need a good snack.
It's
meat
better than
stick is
McDonald's.
right there for it. Jerky is more of an all-day snack. It's a I'm snacking for a while. I'm doing something that takes multiple hours to do.
It's the bubble gum of meats. How's
exactly. That? Yeah, the bubble gum of meats. Maybe go better than that. We got to say like the Bazooka Joe.
I'm saying like
meats. Like it's high end. Okay.
Or
like it's good
what was
quality.
that? What was that one that was real popular when we were younger? The where
it certainly
had, like,
isn't
LeBron
the juicy
flavor.
Fruit, okay, it doesn't lose its flavor in 3
juicy
seconds.
fruit's not. It's not the zebra bubble gum. Let's say that the zebra stripes.
Oh yeah, zebra stripes. Yeah, that's
juicy fruit's
that's
still
a
pretty
better accurate.
What was that? It was Bubblicious. It's the Bubblicious of meat. Bubblicious is fire. The lemon berry squeeze.
Bubblicious does have some really good flavor.
Yeah, it was some good stuff. But no, all you got to do is visit their website at, what was that, Joshua?
That is ragejerky.com. And you're going to plug in that discount code. Now, it's free shipping up to, or once you get to $50, it's free shipping. Before that, you want to plug in a code Chubby, CHUBBY, and that will get you 15% off. And then again, we talked about it. Once you get up to, like, if you're buying like $100 in beef jerky, use the Chubby code again because that'll save you more money than the free shipping will. So, and then I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're buying a pallet load, maybe 15% will probably still save you more money than the free shipping. So there you go.
And follow them on Facebook and Instagram, and also visit their website. And all you got to do is rage.
Get your jerky on.
If you ask, it's a possibility. Possibility. But no, nothing else other than that garage sale. You got any news on, like, I don't know, how's your church doing for the build up and all that stuff?
It's going really good. I have news that I'm not allowed to share yet, but we found a location and a name. I can't share what they are yet. We haven't officially announced it as a group, but we found a location and a name. So the team's really growing well. Shout out to Melissa and Monica. I don't expect you guys to be listening, but we're recording today, and today happens to be your guys' birthday. So happy birthday, guys. Can't wait to be down there with you and actually celebrate it with you in person.
You can actually go back through here, Joshua, and make it a clip and then send it to them.
Let's do that. Do me a favor and clip that, and I'll send it to both Monica and Melissa and let them know, hey, I shouted you out on the podcast, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. I don't know if they want to be shouted out on this podcast. Yeah. It's called the Chubby Buddy Podcast. So it's like, I don't want to be called Chubby. She's a buddy.
You want to be affiliated with the Chubby Buddy.
She doesn't want to be affiliated with the Chubbies. No, she loves me. At least Monica does. Melissa and I don't know each other well enough to say that she loves me, but we're going to get to know each other.
So Monica and Melissa, are they like two?
So, yeah, I should probably clarify that. So, Cy and Aaron are the two lead pastors there at that church. Cy is the lead pastor. I think Aaron's the executive pastor is kind of how that works. and then Monica and Melissa are their spouses, their wives.
Oh, okay.
So Monica is serving kind of as the guest services coordinator. Like, she's front of the house. She's making sure people are greeted, making sure people are feeling welcome and loved, and training up all the volunteers that help in that. And Melissa works with our kids program. So she runs point on all kids programming and volunteers and training and all that stuff. So, but
Okay.
shout out to them. It's their birthday. Both of them. They celebrate the
Follow
same
them on
birthday.
Facebook.
So, but the
Don't they have a
Naples
Facebook
Project,
page?
if you care,
Naples
if you
Project.
care to add something to your prayer list, care to add something to just that you're asking God to bless, it's the Naples Project on Facebook. We encourage it. We're very excited about it. We'll be there soon with them in a couple of months. Just got to get the house sold and get the truck bought and get the business started. Well,
There you go.
I say started. It's already started and going. It just needs the rest of its
It needs
equipment.
to thrive.
It needs to be able to thrive.
Here we go. Well, nothing different with me. This week I've got to drive to Wichita 3 days out of the week for training.
Ooh. They do you submit that mileage, or do they?
Oh, I'm taking the company vehicle. I'm not driving my vehicle.
Oh, okay.
I don't wait. Gas
They
is
give
too
you a
expensive.
company vehicle to make that drive?
Well, it's not a company. It's a state vehicle, so like
Sure.
I'm not using my gas. Like,
Right.
I'm a baller on a budget. So, I mean, these glasses might say a lot about me, but not enough. These are Shady Rays, by the way. These are not the legit, whatever those are called, the Pit Vipers.
Oh, Pit Vipers? Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're not Pit Vipers.
I didn't expect those to be real Pit Vipers.
These are the Shady Rays, or the AKA like knockoffs. So
I have some really fun ones.
I saw them. You
those.
wore them here the last time.
Yeah,
I think.
the pink with the those are cool.
Yeah,
I love those.
These are red, white, and blue ones that I got from
Ooh,
Shady
those
Rays.
Are cool.
Yeah. But they're not prescription, so I can't see shit. I can't read. I can't read shit. I can see everything. I just can't. Right now, I can't read anything. No. So that's how you really know that I wasn't reading a script earlier.
You're such an old man. You're such
That's
an
how
old
you know
man.
I couldn't have read a script like this, unless these were like
He's
smart
blind
glasses.
as a bat right now. He's just looking and
legit.
smiling.
Like, I can.
He's got a little bit of Ray Charles effect going on.
There's a 5-inch sticker over there that I can read, but I can't read my calendar. It's bad. But no, other than that, I do kind of want to highlight something this coming up Easter Sunday. I haven't really told you about this just because I just got the stuff in. But when you come into Hutch Friday, you'll be able to smell it. A company reached out to me, a beard company reached out to me, and I'm going to be joining a live stream to release a product that they released by the name of EDC Beard Co. So it's Everyday Carry Beard Company, and they have a wrestling themed product that they're releasing for WrestleMania.
What?
That's it's cool. Called Beard Mania is the name of the product that they're releasing.
Go.
So let me read this. Oh shit! I'm going to read this simp profile off for you.
No, it's not.
Yes, I am.
Strain his eyes so bad.
I remember it enough to where it's only 3 cents. So I remember it enough, but I wanted to give it to you in the correct order. On his order, he has, this is the scent profile. So like, use your imagination of what it might smell like. Pyrotechnic smoke.
Ooh, okay.
Wrestling boot leather.
Okay.
And broken kendo sticks.
Oh.
So
a wood scent. Okay, leather, wood, and smoke. Yeah, no, that's a solid.
Yeah, so here is.
Of course, it's also going to sell. Does it smell a little outdoorsy? That would be my only concern.
See, I love leather, and I also love smoke scented stuff. I
So
don't get very much
woods
combined. I don't get. It's very clean.
Okay, so the kendo stick. Then, what smell are they going for with kendo stick?
I think that they're going with a teak wood. A teak wood scent.
Like teak wood or bamboo or
yeah, teak wood, I think is really what it is. He doesn't actually have that part on here. He wanted to make it wrestling themed, so he stuck with
that. But you said the teak wood's not very potent?
It's not potent, but it is, like you said, it's a little outdoorsy.
That's what I was going to say. Those three combined together, I would assume would smell a little outdoorsy.
When you come in, I will for sure let you smell this, but I've had it now for just over a week today. And I've been using the oil. I've used the oil 4 times, and then I've used the butter twice. I'm
What's your
normally just a
conclusion?
oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've had their
Is
product
this?
before.
I was gonna say, have you used their products before? Is this?
Yeah. They
Okay.
also have one called Valor, so they do one for Veterans Day, and I wore that the night of the
Nice.
HCW Veteran Show.
Cool.
Oh man, it's so good. Like if you like that, like at the end of a match type smoke, not the match sulfur type smoke, but
No,
the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of a match, like when you burned it out, just that smoke. If you take away the sulfur, that's what you get a hint of with the leather.
Good.
The leather
I
is
like
really
that.
what brings it
Smoke
pairs
and
well.
leather are good scents
Oh,
together.
man.
Like the only way I might change this is I'd recommend
Wait till you smell it before you say you would change it.
Okay, that's
Because it
fair.
is
That's
phenomenal.
fair. But the way he describes it, the only thing I feel like maybe you could add would be some sort of like cloth smell,
No
some sort of
cloth smell.
linen, like a linen to add in the ring. If you know what I mean?
The linen itself, I think, adds with that teak wood. That's the natural scent to it. So like those natural oils, it has like it's a clean leather smoke scent. So if that like almost like a fresh laundry.
That's
very
very
good.
intriguing. I want to smell this now. I want to put it on.
So, but he sent me this. He did, however, send this one to me for free. He reached out and said, "Hey, I know that you've been doing wrestling like ring announcing," and I was like, "Yeah," because I was gonna say, I was wondering why you wanted me to help you out with this, because like I can honestly say that I've really fallen out of the WWE fandom. Like it's too much to
You don't
follow
watch
now.
it religiously like we used
Right.
to as kids.
I do
Yeah.
like watching clips, and I mean the people that I enjoyed watching are really no longer there. I mean, however, there are other wrestlers that I do enjoy. The Rock is always somebody to watch, but like it was just an honor to have him reach out and ask me if I would help release this. So, but yeah, I've been
Heck
testing
yeah.
it out, and it's phenomenal. It's over on Ken Conson's YouTube channel, and that'll be this Easter Sunday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you have a chance, I would. It'd be cool if you wanted to check it out. But
Yeah.
it was fun. But yeah, other than that, that's all I'm doing. But I guess we can really. Speaking of garage sales, like, do you
Yeah.
actually go garage sailing? Like, can you?
Oh, I
Could you?
love it.
You look like?
I
Is
love
that
it.
like
Yeah.
something you do every year?
Multiple times a year if I can.
Really? I
Yeah.
mean, throughout the summer, obviously, summer
Yeah.
and
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
the
Yeah.
spring, summer and fall.
Yep.
What's your favorite thing about? I guess really not really favorite thing about garage selling, because I don't say that I have a favorite thing about garage selling, but there are things that I enjoy looking for.
Oh, I can tell you what my favorite thing about garage selling is. Finding a deal.
A deal.
Finding something that you know has way more value than it's being sold for. Or finding something that you wanted at like a ridiculously cheap price.
Oh yeah.
Like something that at one time you thought to yourself, "Oh, I want to get that." But like your better logic said, you don't have the money right now, or I've had, there's stuff like that comes up all the time. And so when you go garage sailing, you know, it's two beautiful things. One, it's window shopping, but two, it's cheap shopping.
Yeah.
You like the point of a yard sale is the prices should be low enough that I'm arguing with myself over whether I have to buy this or not because it's so cheap.
Well, is there anything that you
'Cause it's so
specifically
affordable.
look for at a garage sale? Like
I'm always looking looking
games?
at things like video games, movies. Like if you've got those at your yard sale, I'm gonna flip through them. I don't have the skill set to do it, but I've always thought I would love to come across like an old garage sale that has like a handful of comic books that I
Oh,
could
wow.
flip through and maybe find a classic one in there. Not that I have the skill set to know like which ones are the best ones.
You're not a Gary V type guy that's gonna know
Yeah.
like what's gonna have like something worth,
Yeah,
because that's what he does.
Gary V and his garage sailing's insane, man. Like he like if he's a 10, I'm a 7. I enjoy
You're a
garage
7?
sailing.
Yeah,
I would say so. Like I
but I
really
think
enjoy garage.
do you think he
Heather
enjoys
and I
garage
do it.
sales, or do you think he enjoys making profit from stuff at garage sales?
He enjoys the feeling of winning in that sense. And that's why he does it. He wants to turn a profit and feel like he's won.
Right.
Me, I like just landing a good deal. Like, I'll give you a great example. This is a dumb thing that this is my favorite garage sale find. But so far, it's been the best thing I've found. And it's not even that important. But I found a copy, an English translated copy of Einstein's theory of relativity for $2.
Oh wow, that's cool.
It's
Was
a
it originally
book.
written in German?
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
His theory of relativity is originally written in German. So, like
How
special and
crazy would that
general
have been if it was
relativity,
signed?
that would be insane. But again, this is a reprint, like
Right.
after the fact. So it's not anything special. But I've never, like, I've read his theory on general and special relativity, and I understand it. I mean, the general rule with Einstein's theory of relativity is the closer you are to understanding it, the further you are to actually understanding it. And so when you stand far enough back, it makes sense. The more you look into it, the more it blows your brain that physics does this, and that's the act of watching and observing heavily influences everything.
Right.
It's
Now,
nuts.
I can never say that I don't think that I've ever bought a book like that. I have bought books for sure. Like I've bought I think I bought what Tim Tebow's book there a long time ago at a garage sale
Cool.
for like $1 or a quarter or
I
something like that.
got a Shawn Michaels is Heartbreak to Triumph. His basically his story of coming to Jesus. I bought that at a garage sale. I really like that.
I mean, those are the
I
places to buy those.
Actually, yeah, books. Surprisingly, books are something that I get a lot at garage sales too. I got but again, I have the distinct privilege of we used to do a garage sale for our youth group, so we would
Right.
have the whole
Oh, yeah.
church donating all of their stuff, and I would spend a week sorting through it and organizing it by category and getting it all ready to go, and then we'd sell it. We would do $4,000 or $5,000.
Do you remember when we did it for
garage sale.
Crossroads and we'd be like, "Oh, I want that," and you put it to the side and be like, "Yeah, I
That's
want
the
that."
problem. That's the problem. Is I can tell you, I've got tools. I've got
Now,
books,
did you buy
I've
them
got-
though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
I bought them.
That's
Yeah.
fair. All right, so that's totally fair.
It's just you get first access to shopping because you're the one setting it up.
Yeah.
So, and that's exactly what we were doing, man. We'd flip through and I'd be, oh yeah, I got to get that.
I
So,
love getting jackets, like those windbreaker jackets from garage sales. Like, dude, that's what I have probably the most of.
that
But what's
does not surprise me.
what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen at a garage sale? Because I have one for you, and it is a book.
Bro, okay. The weirdest thing I've seen in a garage sale is people putting their taxidermy animals out there
See,
that are like, no, not just regular taxidermy.
like their
animals,
dog and
weird
stuff?
No, yeah, like pets and
Like Spot.
like squirrels and
Squirrels,
like,
I could see because some people
but
really are into
not
that.
like, but not like
Or a
well
jackalope.
done, not well done taxidermy.
Oh, so like
I'm
DIY.
talking, yes, home
Oh,
DIY,
man.
creepy. Like, bro, in Missouri, some of these people do some weird.
I mean, you were really close to that Appalachians like area when you go
No,
down
not
that part.
Appalachians, Ozarks. The
Well, like
Ozarks.
if you go farther south, isn't that the what is that, Pacific Northwest or whatever? Like where the Appalachian Mountains start, like the backwoods.
Further east, you mean?
Yeah,
East towards
I thought it was southeast. I thought it
Tennessee
started
and
in
Kentucky.
Arkansas. I thought it started
Tennessee
in
and
Arkansas.
Kentucky are where the Appalachians are.
Oh, okay.
We're the Ozarks.
Still wild.
But
Like they're
it's
still
country
backwoods
here,
people.
dude. Oh, very backwoods. Very backwoodsy ways. Trust me. I love them.
Funny you mention that
much.
because I have seen somebody had rendered bear fat at a garage sale once.
Rendered bear fat?
Yeah, and it was like purple. It was like a purple color, like you cook with it. Apparently, it was a high commodity back then. But the weirdest thing, I was almost willing to buy it. I was like, I couldn't be that guy. I couldn't be that guy that paid.
Guess? Can I guess?
I have a feeling that you're gonna get it, but like I think I'm a better guesser than you are. But I think I have very high hopes for you right now.
Was it the Karma Sutra?
No.
Ah, dang it. Okay. All right.
No.
Let me hear it.
They had a copy, a legit copy, for what I believe was, I think it was like $1 or $1.25. It was a copy of Mein Kampf.
Mein Kampf. Oh no!
I was like, do I
Mein Kampf.
buy it? Do I buy it, or do I not be that guy? And of course, I wasn't that guy. But
Buy it
how?
And get yourself put on a list, Bobby.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like garage sales, you ain't gonna do that. But like why did that person, like, that made me second guess why I was at that garage sale. I was like, bro, dude, like, they were selling all normal stuff. They had kids stuff, they had like video games and all that normal stuff. But on their books, they had Mein Kampf. They had a whole collection of like 1996 uh encyclopedias. It's like, I don't know what this person did. They could have been a teacher, but I don't know what has anybody
That
go,
could be
hey,
a history teacher.
I want to buy a Mein Kampf and know, like,
A decent amount of people have bought it, though. I mean, people want to know
can you get it on
inside the
Amazon, you
mind
think?
of a crazy person. Oh yeah,
For real?
yeah.
I would think that they would outlaw that, like, to be sold in, like, because you're paying for that. Like, I don't know. It's just like, why? It's almost like buying Charles Manson's, like.
But you understand, there's not like a Hitler estate that people are still benefiting off of his.
Yeah, but who is
work.
benefiting from it?
Well, I would assume that Mein Kampf sales are probably like. I would assume that whoever has the rights to print that, a safe guess is that's probably the rights to print that were probably donated to a like not
Probably
like
the Catholic Church,
to
bro.
a Jew to like a Jewish survivor group,
No, I'm saying the person who bought the rights.
like
You
a
know how, like, they
Holocaust
buy.
surviving group.
You know, like the people that, or the, you know how the Catholic Church has all that stuff in the Louvre and stuff like that. I wonder if they also
like,
have like the rights to stuff like that. Because
well,
they buy
no.
some wicked
Again,
stuff.
I would imagine Mein Kampf would be in the hands of like a Holocaust support group or something like that.
Oh man, that's wild. Hey, this
Yeah.
year we're gonna sell Mein Kampf. We're gonna go door to door like Girl Scouts and be like, "Hey,
No, what?
you want to buy Mein Kampf?"
All right. I don't care if it gets me put on a list. I'm looking up to see how
If you can buy it.
Well, just who has the rights and where it goes. Like,
It is a very interesting topic, but it's still the weirdest thing I've ever seen at a garage sale. Like, just out of the blue. It's
yeah,
just very weird.
I mean,
And who, like, I don't know. I don't even know if I could have the guts to put that in my garage sale, because like that right there could get you put on a list.
right? You're like,
Like, who's coming?
Oh, that's why it's public domain.
Oh, so anybody could print it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a copyright anymore. Not since 2015.
I wonder if you could buy the copyright, because that would be even weirder.
No, like again, it's what's public domain. It can't be bought out of public domain, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
Still weird.
Sherlock Holmes, Arthur Conan Doyle's, his stuff's all public domain now. So Sherlock Holmes can be done by anybody. You don't have to have special rights to make a Sherlock Holmes movie.
So now that I know that you love garage sales, do you also like Goodwills and flea markets and stuff too?
Less so, because
flea markets are my jam.
Flea markets are okay, but again, you've got an individual who knows the specific price of their stuff, and they jack their prices up.
Not all the time.
Flea markets, not all the time, but most of the time.
If you go to those mass flea markets where they have a ton of people in them,
that's specifically.
But
what
I'm saying like
of.
the ones that are just like meant for like a specific trade, or say they have like a knife show.
Those are awesome.
Like
those
knife
are
ones.
Awesome.
I always get a knife somewhere at like a garage sale or a flea market. Those are my jam. That's one thing I will not pass up. Is like a good like folding knife or something like that. Is there anything that you don't pass up? Like you are gonna buy it 100%. Price is usually below $5.
Gosh, not really.
Like Ninja Turtle memorabilia.
Okay, maybe. If I see something Ninja Turtles that's cool, yeah, probably.
Or Harry Potter, or like first edition
Not really,
books,
though, man.
maybe.
Like, I really am a very much so the type of guy that's like situational, and if I want it in that moment and it's like I've got the money for it, I'll do it. And even if I want it, if I don't have the money, I ain't buying it. Like,
okay, so here's well in the garage sale and flea market talk. You walk into either a garage sale or flea market, somebody's selling every card for all, like, since you've been alive at least, or since you can remember, Kansas City Chiefs football players' cards, like trading cards. You buying those, and they're like great condition, just to have. You're buying those.
How affordable are they? Am I getting Patrick Mahomes like, rookie for cheap?
I'm saying past Chiefs, and then you might get a couple like of the new ones, but I'm saying like Some people sell those at garage sales. Like they don't mean nothing to them, and they just have them.
Right.
And they're like $5 for like 100 cards.
Okay, so let me say it like this. If I'm flipping through the cards and I see several players that I love, yes, I'm buying it. If I see a bunch of names that are from before my time that I really don't have a ton of connection to, I might
So like
buy them
anything
and give
before
them to
1970,
Dad.
probably.
Yeah, I might buy them and give them to Dad, but
Fair enough.
beyond that, I don't know.
Like, because you could do anything with a card. You either can collect them, or you could just like put them in. Like I've seen people mod podge like end tables with like trading cards, and like they have like a Chiefs like man cave type thing going. It's like, what in the world? Like that's a lot of dedication. Like that's what my wife would do.
Yeah, that is something your wife would do. She's crafty.
I forgot what she made these Cubs coasters for me out of like napkins and stickers, and they're like, it's like, where did you come up? I mean, it's just something. It's something cool to have on your table for sure, but like, I couldn't do that. Like, that's nothing I would ever be interested in. So I'm glad she is.
Yeah, me too. Heartland Championship Wrestling back at it, guys. We are excited. We get to celebrate, man. We are right in the precursor for Last Chance, okay? It is coming up this weekend. Y'all, when you hear this show, that means it is like 2 days away, okay? Last Chance, Osage Rec Center in Wichita, Kansas. It is going to be a great show. Now, we've gotten to announce our match, which was a big fan favorite match. It's going to be Ricky Wingrave and Kargar versus the Para Rock Stars. Obviously, both of those tag teams have a lot of fan support in Wichita. It's going to be a great match. I expect Kargar to get a nice loud pop. He always does. And maybe we'll see some good action, a good match going down. Do not want to miss that. That one is going to be for the #1 contender spot. So whoever wins that match will be taking on the tag team champions, the KWA tag team champions, Chunkla Violence. Man, those guys kicked butt, won those titles at the last show, dominated, and are now the reigning champs. And we're going to find out who they go up against at Legacy. Yeah, Legacy, which is going to be
And I don't know if that could change
April.
between now and then. I don't know if they have a match this week. They haven't announced that one yet. If they have or haven't, I don't know.
Oh, whether Chunkla Violence will have
I don't know if they have a match yet.
I don't know either. I know that they will wrestle in Legacy. They will wrestle in Legacy in April against whoever wins this match. So we know we'll see them at least next month, but this month for sure, we're watching Ricky Wingrave and Kargar take on the Para Rock Stars. We're going to see who gets that title shot. Other matches have been announced, not here, but because they have been announced, we can go ahead and tell you what they are. I want to fill you in. The Prodigy Aaron Holmes, we got to see him go up in what was supposed to be a triple threat, turned into a fatal four-way match last in the Leavenworth show. But Prodigy Aaron Holmes, he's going to take on Cannonball Matthews and Brandon Battler. So that will be a pretty exciting match. We get to also see Kane Carter take on the Cutthroat Chris Vale. And then here's one that's pretty exciting in the women's division. The former NXT superstar, Cameron Brené, she is going to be taking on two homegrown heroes that we have here, Mindy Grace and Macho Hottie Stormy Renee. So those are two amazing athletes that are really based right, certainly doing a ton of work right here out of Wichita. So to see them go up against Cameron Brené, this will be pretty exciting. Should be a pretty good match.
Have you ever seen Cameron Brené wrestle? Because I have not.
I have not.
She looks
but if
legit.
She's been on NXT. She's legit, dude. She's got the training.
She looks legit.
I believe that's a triple threat match because it says versus and versus. So that's not going to be like 2-on-1 or anything. That is a triple threat match of three really great superstars, and we're going to get a great match out of that. But obviously, we want to encourage you, if you haven't yet, follow them on social media. Make sure you come out to a show March 30th, Last Chance. So this is it right before the Legacy event. This is your last shot at earning something, last shot to prove you deserve to be in the card. And it's going to be a phenomenal match. I have no doubt about that. Man, what else to say? Oh,
don't forget to follow them on Discord.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Follow them on Discord. Also Patreon. If you haven't checked out
Patreon. My bad, not Discord.
Not Discord. Patreon. follow them on Patreon, because if you haven't checked it out, man, their feeds are really cool on Patreon, and it's getting better. It's getting better with every show. They're improving it, so it's kind of like the backstage pass, if you will, because it's like being at the event, but getting so much more than that. You get the commentary, all that stuff. So make sure you tune into that Patreon. $5 a month, definitely worth it. Chubby Buddy Truck will be there. We're going to be handing out, serving out biscuit bumps. We've got biscuits and gravy. We're going to do a buffalo chicken. We're going to do bacon cheeseburger, and then we're going to bring out that specialty strawberry shortcake one that we did at the last show. That was a huge
What about the
hit.
sourdough pretzel bites?
We may bring back the pretzel bites again as well. Those were a hit as well. So we'll probably bust those out. The combos that we ran were pretty successful, so I think we just got to get them up and ready and going. So,
man.
And then
I can't wait to actually try one. I'm going to have to try one before the show starts. So,
which one haven't you tried?
The only one I've had is the biscuits and gravy, because you were out the last show. Yeah, you were out the last show.
Oh, that's right. And you weren't at Leavenworth. Oh, my.
Yeah. So,
I can't wait.
I think I should go the buffalo chicken this time.
Yes, the buffalo chicken's really good. We cube the chicken now, so it's a little bit heartier. It's a little bit meatier. Before we were using shredded chicken, which once you combine it with the cheese, it almost kind of becomes a little too smooth. So now we've got the cubed chicken, so they're tiny little chunks of chicken, and it's a way better mouthfeel. It's a good meal. I'm excited. I'm excited to have you try it. So we'll be there. We'll have 4 flavors. We'll be serving great food. And then, of course, obviously, big shows coming up after this one. So March 30th, this is Last Chance. That's the one we're talking about. That'll be coming up very, very soon. After that, April... Oh, gosh. Do we have the dates on that? It's April... I want to say 23rd, but... Am I reaching there?
No.
20th. April 20th. Thank you, Heather. April 20th is the Legacy show. That is the big, massive HCW event. You don't want to miss that. That will be huge. It is WrestleMania. It is Super Bowl for HCW. You don't miss this one. So
almost for independent wrestling. It's like a big show.
Yeah, it's huge. Huge. And I would even say this. A storyline has been brewing between the ownership and the Empire.
True.
And
I want to know who he's bringing. I want to know who he's going to.
Billy's got somebody. He's got somebody who's going to rep him because he put 50% of the company on the line. He's legitimately willing to allow
less than
Dick
a year
Richards
of an owner
to step into ownership.
I guess is it less than a year as an owner or less than a year as a company?
Less than a year as a company, and he's putting half of the ownership on the line. It's nuts, dude. So we will see. It's gonna be it. It's all gonna come to a pass at Legacy.
Could Dick Richards become the Eric Bischoff of HCW?
Oh gosh, could you imagine him just running his mouth constantly?
Man. Yes, I could. I mean, he does it anyway.
Yeah, he's great at it.
He's the right person for the job, but we don't want him to have that job.
Exactly. He's the right man to do that job. We just don't want him doing that job.
Dick Bischoff.
Oh, no, thank you.
But that is HCW. Make sure you're following them on all the socials: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X. I keep wanting to say Twitter, and I just can't get past.
Don't we all still say Twitter?
I mean,
I thought we all still say Twitter.
I think the pros are actually still calling it X. I think they're good at their job, but we're
are
just
they?
not that
Good job. Good for them.
But, also, make sure you follow them on that $5 a month Patreon. You get all the past matches and all the past shows, including when they do live color commentary. They will have that on the Patreon account. So be sure you're following them. HCW.
Absolutely.
But speaking of the Chiefs, anything new with them? How long do you think it is till kickoff?
Gosh, what are we,
days till NFL kickoff?
Gotta be 168, 169, something like that. No, 165.
I don't know. We're about to find out. I think it's like 163-ish, maybe. I don't remember what Jordan's was.
I don't remember either.
There it is.
How many days?
163 days, 13 hours,
days. Oh,
6 minutes, and 34 seconds. Till
There it
NFL
is.
kickoff.
There it is.
Dang, I was close. I did say 163,
The
didn't I?
only news that I know of with the Chiefs is Snead's still up in the air. We don't have the clarity on whether that trade's
Oh, I
actually
thought he
going to
went
go
to the
down.
Titans.
Not officially. So it was posted that it was happening. Like Adam Schefter posted it and everything. And then for the past week or so, or for the past few days, it's just been saying that the trade stalled. And I think it's got something to do with the long-term negotiations between Snead and the Titans. I don't know that they want to pay him what he's worth long-term contract is the concern.
The Jarius Sneed trade. 3 reasons Chiefs got so little from Titans for Super Bowl champion cornerback.
But did it officially happen? Because
I don't
I
know.
haven't seen it officially gone through.
I don't know. That's why I was asking. I didn't see anything. I mean, I did also shut my. Still says he's a Kansas City Chiefs cornerback. So nothing's been signed, I'm assuming.
Yep.
But other than Sneed, you guys have pretty much banked on this offseason, I think. I think you guys have done better now than you guys have in many years.
It's been a
for
very successful
free agents.
offseason. I am excited about Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
To have that speed, to have that.
I think
like
that the Chiefs.
Outside of.
The only thing they could have done better
and
would have been T. Higgins, but this is a solid
T. Higgins
number
would
2
have been a solid
option.
pickup. But I love it. I don't know if you saw the graphic, but it was showing the metric of 20 plus mile an hour plays of like which players have the most. And Tyreek, of course, has the most at like 73.
Right.
And the next closest is Hollywood Brown at like 43 or something like that. It's like 30 under.
Even more than DK Metcalf?
Yeah. So like,
wow.
Like Hollywood's got a ton of speed burning ability, and we're going to get to see the Chiefs, I think, playing at the level that they were when we won our first Super Bowl with Tyreek.
Nice. And you guys have a lot of
modern Super
big
Bowl
names on that offense too.
Dude, and
you had Tyreek, but you also had the other wide receiver that went to, I think, the Jets or the Ravens, maybe? No. Who was that? The one that we couldn't figure out.
We let go of MVS.
Yeah, but that was this year.
Oh, you're talking about
last year, after the
before.
very first Super Bowl that you guys won in this decade.
Oh.
So who was that?
Sammy Watkins?
Sammy Watkins.
No.
Sammy Watkins. Yeah, he was there. So Sammy Watkins was I would say very low graded wide receiver, but with the Chiefs, he was very much
Sammy
a part
was
of the game.
Talented. He didn't always stay on.
Right.
He wasn't always hot.
Wishy-washy.
Yeah.
But when he was needed,
he got the job done.
He showed up.
He won us a
just
Super
like
Bowl,
MVS during the Super Bowl.
Yep. So I think we've got a good shot at it. I think we'll come back looking hot. I'm still going to throw it out there. 1% chance we make the perfect season run.
1% chance.
1% chance we make the perfect season run. And all of the world hates us after that.
That's the only thing you could do that would really piss off every other fan in the NFL, to have a perfect season and win the Super Bowl.
Would hate Kansas City after that.
And just like now, I would say most of the NFL, other than Chiefs fans, hate the Kansas City Chiefs, and for dumb reasons.
It's true. We're the bad guys now.
I wouldn't say that they are hated more than the Patriots were, during their run.
I agree. I don't think people hate Patrick and the Chiefs as much as people hated Brady and the Patriots.
But I say if they win,
and nobody
like that,
and I can tell you this much: nobody in this world hates Reed like they hated Belichick. Reed is a celebrity in the NFL. There is nobody who doesn't like Andy Reid.
If you hate Andy Reid, you have no soul.
Exactly right. If you have a problem with Andy Reid, you should fight every NFL fan, because we're not having it. I think
any team at this point would pay Andy Reid what he wanted to be on their team.
Andy Reid is a hero of the NFL. There's no question about it. That man has shaped the NFL and coaching in a way that it will forever be different because of him.
I agree.
His offensive brilliance, but also the way he builds
builds a
men
team.
up.
He builds a
Yep.
team around each other, not around one person.
Builds a team around each other and builds individuals up. Travis Kelce was not the man who he was without both his brother's support and Andy Reid's support. He doesn't get to the level of success that he gets to without their support.
So you're saying if Travis was on another NFL team, he would not be where he's at now?
100% correct. Travis Kelce
can't
would
disagree
not be
with
Travis
that.
Kelce on a different team.
I won't disagree with that, but I think other coaches. I mean, there's no coach
I
like
can
Andy
give
Reid.
you a handful of coaches that could have turned him into a star. I think Mike Tomlin would have handled him no problem. I think.
You don't think Belichick could have done it?
No. Look at Aaron Hernandez. Belichick didn't have control over his team. He had command of his team.
Aaron Hernandez was crazy.
Bro, Belichick did not have control over his team. He had command of his team. Andy Reid shapes the character of his team. And he'll send a dude off if he doesn't match their character.
So you're saying Gronk would have been better than Kelce if he was with the Chiefs?
Yes.
Really?
If Gronk had Andy Reid, I think he could have been an even better tight end. But Gronk, here's the thing. Gronk never had the intelligence to be a great route runner or things like that. Gronk just knew how to get open. Like, he had the field intelligence, but he never had you weren't going to coach Gronk into a smarter player by giving him a playbook. Does that make sense?
Sort of, but I think he is hella smart. That's no shot at him. I think this is the reason he didn't succeed.
He's intelligent. I wouldn't necessarily call him smart. And what I mean by intelligence, he has field vision. He has awareness. He understands what's happening on the field as he sees it. But he's not the kind of guy that he can pick up a book, read it, and then put it into play.
And from what we understand, that's how a lot of the Patriots players were. That book was so complex.
Exactly.
But here's why I think he didn't succeed he was good. He was the number 2 tight end.
Again, you can't look at his stats and say he was anything less than Hall of Famer. He was.
Yeah.
What the question that you're asking is, could he have been better? Absolutely, yeah. I think so. I think he could have been better as a player.
But I also think it's because he wasn't I don't think Andy Reid would use him for every play like Belichick did. He couldn't stay healthy. That was his problem. He was in there every single play.
Andy would have had much more creative plays. He would have, and that's the great thing is I think Andy could have coached Gronk through all of that. He could have taught him how to.
What about Tony G?
Gronk learned how to all that stuff. What about him?
Could you imagine Tony G with Andy Reid?
Maybe. Here's the thing. Tony G, he was a good route runner. He was a good tight end. He was a good blocker.
Good catcher.
Yeah, a very good catcher. I don't know that you could have improved Tony G.
Oh, wow.
I think he was who he was. As a player.
He was a team player.
I don't know that Andy's, but that's what I'm getting at. I don't know that Andy's coaching style would have made any improvements in Tony Gonzalez, outside of maybe making him a more creative player in how to get open and stuff like that. But Andy's very much so the type of guy who can take the raw product and turn it into something that's talented and charactered. And that is what keeps his team together, because guys that can't, look at Marcus Peters, look at, to a lesser extent, Tyrann Mathieu. Both of those guys lost their spot on our team. We traded laterally for them in getting rid of them. We didn't get better players.
Tyrann was a free agent.
We had the ability to re-sign. He wanted to re-sign with us. We didn't, because he ran his mouth so much on social media, because his character wasn't the same. And not to say that he was a bad person, but he couldn't check his mouth, and that's something Andy doesn't stand for. You're not going to create extra drama for our team. This is a team sport. Your ego has to be checked at the door.
I don't disagree with that. Andy Reid's still 100% the best coach in the NFL today.
Amen.
Now, 10 years ago, I don't think we had enough like information about like how successful he was as a coach because
the Eagles felt like he couldn't get the job done, so that's why they tossed him.
I mean, how long was he
I
there?
was grateful
15
for that day.
seasons? 15 seasons, maybe?
Gosh, 12, I think.
I mean,
12 with the Eagles.
if
and
you
then
look at
it's
all the
been
great coaches, they
how
were
long with
all
us?
with each other. Like,
No, that's not right.
what? He
Yeah,
came.
dude, that is what's cool when you look at the coaching tree legacy and see how like in depth it is, how
Andy Reid
widespread
started
it
at
is.
Green Bay, was it? I think
Yeah.
with Mike Holmgren. Like,
Yep.
if you look at it, Mike Holmgren and him are like very identical. It's creepy.
Very true.
Okay, so here's where I'll finish off the NFL talk and really the sports because
Okay.
there's really not much in sports other than UFC 300's coming up, and I'm
Yep.
excited for
UFL's
that.
coming up at the end of the month.
Actually, this
So
weekend.
football's
So
coming. Is it
UFL's
this week?
kickoffs
It is this weekend.
Saturday.
Easter
and then
weekend. Let's
MLB
go.
opening day is coming up this week. I think this
Yay,
Tuesday, tomorrow.
Go Cards.
Last thing about NFL.
Spread.
When you look at everything in the off season so far and everything that has to do with trades, free agencies, try to be as biased as possible, not thinking about the Chiefs.
Unbiased?
What team, unbiased, what team right now has that oh shit factor where you're like, oh damn, this is going to be a rough
most
season.
intimidating.
Like, no, not intimidating, but one that you think could be like that roadblock for your team.
Gosh. Trying to think of the major moves. Where did Tennessee made some okay moves. Hang on. Atlanta.
With
Who
the
did
quarterback?
Atlanta pick up for their quarterback?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Yeah. I think Atlanta made some good moves. I think Green Bay actually made some lateral moves. So I would say Green Bay actually didn't make themselves more dangerous. Gosh. You know what? Tampa Bay, I think, signing Baker to a contract.
But
that was a good deal.
Did that give them that oh shit factor?
See, that's the thing. I don't know that there was any big enough changes that make me more. That's the problem, man. We won the Super Bowl. Who am I supposed to be intimidated by? And I'm trying to be unbiased.
What teams
here.
did you lose to? What teams did you lose to?
The Lions. But who did the Lions trade for? Who did they pick up?
They didn't need to. They didn't lose anybody. They didn't pick up anybody. Not really.
Okay, so
they're still a threat, but they're still a threat to you guys.
The Bengals lost. Who all have they lost? They lost Mixon. They lost Higgins.
They traded Mixon to. That's the team that I was really thinking of. The Texans. They really showed out this offseason.
Texans, actually, yeah, you're probably right. It's the Texans. Because C.J. Stroud showed that he is a quarterback to build around, and they're starting to build. So I could see the Texans being a much bigger threat. But who else is there to consider?
Personally, the one that scares the most out of me is the Eagles. The
Eagles did pick up.
Their team was still great. They just had a very bad end of their second half of the season. Like it just wasn't coming together.
I'll be honest with you. I was surprised with Jalen staying, with them not making a move for another quarterback. I was surprised that Jason decided to retire.
I think this could be the year that like somebody could say, I should not have retired this year. Like that would be it. Because of what they added to their team offensively and defensively.
I would love to see him come back and say, I changed my mind. I'm going to play.
Yeah, pull a Tom Brady. You still have time. You still have time.
You got all of our support.
Yeah. I'm not.
Jason,
I wouldn't be mad if he did or if he didn't.
None of us would get mad if you played another year.
But if he was to come back, like this is the best chance I think that they have. One, they're going to, okay. I'm going to say they're going to win the NFC East. They're going to dominate the NFC East.
Y'all hear that? That's a Cowboys fan saying that.
Last year, I called it, and I was only off by one team. I said Dallas was going to win it. Eagles, I thought were going to flop and be third, but they got second. But they did flop in the second half of the season. But I I fear the shit
So-
out of the Eagles this year. But then another team that I fear in the AFC, not just the Texans, but I also think the Steelers won this offseason. The Steelers won this
made
offseason.
some great moves.
The Texans made probably the best
Russell
moves.
Wilson play brilliant.
Every team should have tried it. Every team had to have tried to get him.
Every team should have made that move. Russell
Even
Wilson
the Chiefs
is good
could
enough.
have succeeded with having Russell Wilson on their team.
Yeah, and to just have his experience for a year for a couple of years on the.
Could you imagine the
lead
RPO type style offense that the Chiefs could have ran with
Bro,
that?
I legitimately think the Steelers, if they give Russell Wilson a year to really help Justin get control of who he is as a quarterback, and then give them a year to split duties, and then hand it over to Justin, bro,
well-rounded
Steelers
quarterback.
could do something there. They could get a very well-rounded
The only
quarterback.
thing holding that team back, I think, is the Ravens, because the Ravens are still a good team.
Yeah, Ravens actually are probably somebody you should throw in. I was going to say Ravens should be thrown in.
Well, I'm saying
as
for
a
both
real
sides, like the Ravens really didn't add
team.
much defense, but offensively
Doesn't
they added
matter,
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, dude.
Right.
Now
how much
I've got
of that
contest with Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, that's another RPO.
I'm either getting beat to death tackling the dude, or I'm getting my ankles broken trying to tackle the dude.
So that's the only thing stepping in the Steelers' way in that division.
Yeah.
But I think the Steelers won by how much money they spent. They didn't spend very much money.
You know who didn't win?
Who didn't win?
Browns. The Browns.
Yeah, but did the Browns really lose? Other than, I mean, they're pretty much locked in with their quarterback. Their quarterback isn't going anywhere.
They just did another deal and paid way too much for the receiver they just got.
Oh, from the Broncos?
Yeah, Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
They just got Jerry Jeudy.
That will help out that offense.
a year.
But that will help out that offense. Being a number
Jerry Jeudy has not earned $15 million a year yet, bro.
But he's only had one good season with a good quarterback.
That's my point.
But with a good quarterback,
you gotta produce more.
We'll see what happens.
An excuse.
We will see what happens.
Quarterback's an excuse. As a receiver, you can produce.
But Russell Wilson's first season there, he had a record of interceptions thrown for the Broncos in a franchise. Like, that's not saying much. You can't say that was all Jerry Jeudy.
You're right, but
he was also hurt. He was also hurt half of that season, I do believe, also.
And Jeudy has to get open, stuff like that. But
if he has a show-out year, then that's the only way that you would be wrong with that comment. That's the only way, is if he has a shown-out year.
Even if he has a show-out year, he hasn't earned $15 million a year yet. Jerry Jeudy is not a good enough player.
How many years?
Hasn't showcased a good enough player. 3 years, 15 years each, or $15 million each.
So $45 million?
Yeah. For Jerry Jeudy.
Amari Cooper's making twice that.
Amari Cooper is a good enough receiver and has proved his ability.
Not last year he didn't.
Jerry Jeudy has a combined 8.
He's never had a 1,000-yard season.
No, never had a 1,000-yard season. Has a combined, over his career, 11 touchdowns.
How many years? 4?
4 years, 11 touchdowns. He has 54 receptions, 67 receptions, 38 receptions, and 52 receptions.
No, he's an average wide receiver.
Average. $15 million is not average salary.
We will only be able to see come day one. But I don't think that they failed the most. The only person in my eyes that didn't do anything was the Dallas Cowboys. They didn't do. They never do anything. They've never.
I think
done
the
anything.
Rams. I think the Rams took a big hit. Donald retired.
Yeah, but that wasn't on them though. They really couldn't have done anything about that.
They took a hit. They don't have a way to replace him. So the Rams take a hit for that one.
The only way they have to have a way to replace him is in the draft, and I don't think that there's any defensive ends comparable.
No, they could offer Chris Jones a bunch of money.
But not this year. They can't.
No, not now. He's contracted now. We got him.
But other than that, my oh shit factor just for my division is the Eagles, but I also think the Steelers and the Texans are probably that AFC like oh shit.
I agree. Steelers and Texans definitely boosted their team.
So
for sure. And I think, in my opinion, the Chiefs did too. The only area for the Chiefs I'm concerned about is our line. Losing Gretty, we now are struggling in
And he didn't come into what, the
on the
second half of the
offensive line.
season?
Who, Allegretti?
Yeah. I thought he was only a replacement in the second half.
Playing, yes, but he's been a backup for us for several years.
Well, really, if you look at it, he
solid
shouldn't be a backup. He should be. I mean, he's injured this year, though.
Starter. He's a
He was
starter
injured at
on
the end of
any
that.
other team.
See how bad that
on
injury
our
was?
team, yeah, dude, his UCL tear is
Oof.
insane, and he kept playing through it.
Yeah.
Freaking champion.
But that is sports, really. I mean,
that's the thing. That's Gretty.
yeah,
An
you're not going to find
insanely good
another
worker.
player like that that's going to fight through
Yeah,
to finish a Super Bowl.
Insanely good player, insanely good worker. And you're right, a starter on most other teams. Only reason he's playing backup is because we've got freaking Trey Smith.
He could have been a starter this year if he wanted to stay with the Chiefs.
Easily. Well, no, because we still have Trey and we still have the guy we've had
guard
for a while now from the Patriots. But that's what I'm saying. Those are our guards.
Oh.
Brady's a guard. And we have two stellar guards. We have Trey Smith, who's young and pretty talented, and then a Patriots guy. God, what is his name? Come on, JD.
I don't know.
Give me a sec.
Chiefs offensive lineman.
Their guard. We've got Trey Smith and
Ray Brown.
No, not Ray Brown. Hang on. I will find it. Guard.
Kansas City Chiefs offensive guard.
Trey Smith. There's Trey. Joe Thuney.
Oh.
Joe Thuney.
Tooney?
Yeah, Tooney, not Thuney. The H is silent. Tooney.
Yeah. Left guard.
But Joe Tooney, yeah, he's a former Patriots player, but he's solid. He's very, very good. So between him and Trey Smith, Grady's a backup, but anywhere else, Grady's a starter. So,
Yeah.
And in fact, Grady got a contract for the Commanders, I think.
Yeah, he went to Washington.
Is where he went? Yeah.
That's another team that kind of surprised me also, but I don't think they're going to be good enough.
Got a few people.
I just don't think they're going to be good enough. Not
the
yet.
Leadership, isn't it?
Not yet.
It's always the leadership that you question.
Because he's proven his worth at the Falcons. He's proven his worth at the Falcons as a head coach. Now, offensive coordinator.
No, sorry,
know.
not coaches. The leadership.
Yeah, they don't have enough season on that team to say, "Hey, we have a locker room that is very trustworthy about each other."
Yeah, that's what I'm always worried about with the Commanders, because they're a bypass team. You spend a year of your career with that team and then you move on to another team. Like, so many players go in and out of there. There's no long-term.
Once they actually get some seasoned athletes on that team, I think that's really going to help with their rapport. But also, I think that coaching step is really the first step. But they have to keep them for longer than a year or two. Right, but I think the coaching step is the first thing you have to have. Just like with the Chiefs, you needed Andy Reid. You needed Andy Reid to start where you're at now. So this is a legitimate vision of what rebuilding looks like. They're starting with the coaching staff, and they're gradually getting players that they can trust. Now the question is can they pick up a good quarterback? This draft is going to be a little weird because we don't know the ins and outs of who's going to be a bust or not. So, but that's the downfall about drafts.
We know Caleb Williams is going to be a bust.
I think he is. I think I could put a paycheck on that. Like one of
that
my
ego of his, man.
For him to say that he's not going to play for a team, that right there tells me
Eli did it.
But he didn't say he wouldn't play. He didn't say I'm not going to play for this. He didn't say I'm not going to play for him.
Eli absolutely said, "I will not play for San Diego."
No, he says he does not want to play. He said he didn't want to play.
No, Eli Manning refused to play for San Diego and demanded that they trade him to a bigger market. He refused.
I don't know, man. I don't think he was nearly as boastful about his talent as.
Oh, no. Eli wasn't nearly as boastful. He just didn't want to play in San Diego. Caleb has ran his mouth since day one at USC.
And that's another one that kind of we're forgetting about. The Browns added talent to that team, but nothing to show for it yet since they don't have a quarterback. And when they pick their quarterback, everybody knows who they're going to pick, but unfortunately, nobody has any faith in them.
You mean the Bears?
Yeah, the Bears. What did I say? The Browns?
Yeah. You said the Browns.
The Bears. That's one team that like they added threats, but then got rid of the guy that knew the offense. Like that's
I'm telling you, I hope that bites them in the butt so bad. I think Justin Fields was absolutely the right guy for the job. I think it's so foolish
only to add
let
talent
him go.
after he left.
Yep. So foolish to let him go.
Wow.
It's going to bite you in the butt. I hope the Steelers knock the Bears out of the playoffs for at least 2 of the next 3 years.
Agreed.
That'd be hilarious.
But that wraps up sports. Let's knock this episode out with some entertainment.
Oh my goodness, yeah. What you been watching? I've watched a few things.
You go first then.
Okay, I'm sure you watched it too by now. Ricky Stenicki on
I love
Prime.
that movie. It was good.
With John Cena. Inappropriate. I'm gonna just flat out say this right here. Don't watch it with your kids. But so freaking funny. If you've seen there's another Zac Efron one that Heather and I really like, That Awkward Moment.
Is that the one where he has like a girlfriend or something like that?
Yeah. It's similar.
Miles
like
Teller's
the
in it.
same style of comedy and energy. It's a different story completely.
Oh,
but
yeah.
John Cena nails his role, man. He's so good at what he does.
His job, I think, is what really kind of made me go, "Oh my gosh!" He's almost like it's like a mix between The Wedding Singer, Hangover, and any other type of like. They don't make movies like that no more, so you're not expecting it. Like it was very well done, I thought. I mean, very, very out there. But it's still very good.
Awkward.
Still a
very
good
awkward,
movie.
but funny. Like
showed John Cena's talent for a comedy.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Did
John
you like
Cena
Cock
is
Blockers?
growing as an actor. Yeah.
I love Cock Blockers.
I'm gonna say this: if you've watched Cena's whole film career, you'll know he had a very similar rise as The Rock did.
Just not in action movies. That's the only thing. Like I didn't like his action movies. His comedy is where it's at.
He wasn't that. The truth is, what it is they grew as actors. The Rock sucked as an actor early on. Walking Tall might be his only saving grace, but even watch Walking Tall. He's stiff in that.
Gridiron Gang.
Gridiron Gang was
Walking
solid.
Tall was great.
I will give you. But look at his
what's
acting
that one where he's like
in Walking Tall.
Hunter?
He's stiff.
What's that one where he's a bounty hunter with Sean William Scott? That was like his best one.
That one was
Little
great.
Thunder, Little
that
Lightning,
one
Little
was
Thunder,
a great
Lightning,
one.
Thunder, Lightning.
But they had great chemistry, and that's why that worked so well together.
That's why That's why supporting actors and actresses really are the saving grace of any.
Absolutely. But do you remember that weird like detective one he did that was like he was a gay guy that was a cop or a detective?
Oh, that was Get Smart or Get Smarty or something.
No, not Get Smart.
I thought it was.
Not Get Smart. He did that with Steve Carell. That was actually kind of funny. This was another one.
Well, he played like a gay bouncer for like a mafia guy or a mob guy.
Yeah, that wasn't Get Smart. That was that was something else.
I know what you're talking about, but I didn't
like it. But again, like you can look at early performances and see like a handful of poor ones and then some good ones, some mediocre.
And one that I really liked was actually the
Tooth Fairy. As they've grown, they've gotten way better.
The game plan, I really liked it. I actually liked it.
The game plan was adorable. But again, that little girl helped make that movie.
Now, I was a fan of finding out that he could sing like Elvis. That was impressive.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Cock Blockers.
Cock Blockers. That was Cock Blockers.
That made I was literally in stitches. I was in stitches from that movie.
That one was really good. Again, you're absolutely right. He has grown as an actor when he's had really good supporting cast. And because of that, now go watch Ricky Stenicki. He's hilarious in it.
Oh man.
He carries it. And the redheaded dude, I don't know what his name is, but he's
that's
funny.
Sal.
I've seen him.
It's Sal. It's
he
Sal.
Does his podcast with Bobby.
Bobby Lee and him.
Bobby Lee.
Bad Friends is what it's called.
Yeah, his humor is funny. He's
also
a really good
golfer too.
The Dicky.
He's on Little Dick. It's
Little
Dave.
Yeah, Little Dicky show.
Dave.
Yeah, that one was. Ugh. I tried to get into that. It wasn't.
Andrew Santino, not Sal. It's Andrew Santino.
Andrew Santino. Yeah. But he's kind of growing on me. He's kind of funny.
I really
He
like
can be a
his.
total d-bag at times, but I get why he is, like, as a
Oh,
friend.
yeah. He's a good
So,
stand-up too. If you ever get a chance to
yeah,
watch any of his
I
stand-up,
haven't heard his stand-up, so I'll have to listen
pretty
to
good.
it. But I liked him. He was kind of funny.
Now, one that I watched, but yes, 100% Reiki Stenicki was a 7 out of 10 for me for a comedy. Like,
Yeah,
they
very
don't make
funny.
them like that, but it's still a good watch. The new Roadhouse movie. Now,
I did not watch it.
Okay, so did you see the original?
Saw the trailer, and I've seen the original.
Okay.
Love me some Swayze.
The
Roundhouse
only
kicks.
thing I hated from this new Roadhouse was Conor McGregor, and I love Conor McGregor.
Really? Was he that bad?
This is why I say that. One, he's not a good actor. Like, that was his first movie. One,
sure,
it's his very first movie. But two, if you take him out of that movie, the movie is still the same. The movie is the exact same. Like,
movie in the first, without the villain. That's hilarious.
At all. Like, he just walks around like a meathead looking for somebody to beat up the whole time. Like, that's all it is. Like, it was a waste of money for the production company, honestly.
So it's like we really don't need a bouncer. We just need a cop to arrest this dude and get him out of here. Once he's gone, this bar doesn't actually have problems.
Well, they just didn't play into the original enough with his character, because his character was supposed to be that his right-hand man, the bad guy's right-hand man. Like, from the first one, and that's not at all what he was. He was just a guy looking to kill or beat up somebody. That was just dumb. It was pointless.
Is kind of dumb.
So
feels like it sells the story short.
Very much, but it doesn't sell the story short. Like, even if you don't have him in there, the story is still the same, and Jake Gyllenhaal knocks it out of the park.
Okay.
So great. It was a great movie. It was a great movie to play homage to it, because it wasn't anything that you expected to be Roadhouse. Like, it was just about a guy that also is hired to be a bouncer. That's it.
So, as an action movie, what would you give it?
9 out of 10 for the action. Just because I appreciate MMA. I appreciate MMA and fighting and stuff like that. So, for what I saw Jake Gyllenhaal do to train, that is what I give him respect for, to train for that movie.
Okay.
So, if you like that aspect of things, then there you go.
Not in the action area. However, speaking of action, I do want to say Heather finished John Wick 4. She's now watched all the John Wicks. She liked them. I love it. I'm excited. So, Heather's now in the John Wick.
Forever my number one action movie.
Bro, it's so good.
Number one,
but
John
not
Wick.
in the action, but something I have watched. We watched it last night, and it was really good. Sci-fi. So you got to get your nerd on to watch this. So for those of you that aren't sci-fi fans, this probably won't interest you, but it interests me because I'm a nerd. And if you guys are sci-fi fans, you'll want to watch this too. It's called Three Body Problem on Netflix.
I've seen
it's
I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the whole, like, it came through my feed.
Aliens is the easiest way to put it. It involves alien communication and physics. There's a pretty interesting breakdown of physics, so I'm pretty excited. It's going to be cool. So I'm only a couple episodes in, but I've enjoyed what I've watched. It is slower, more methodical sci-fi. So if that's not your cup of tea, skip it on this one. But if it is, check it out. You'll like it.
Did you ever watch Spaceman with Adam Sandler?
Still haven't watched Spaceman yet. That's on my queue. It's probably going to get watched this week at some point. I just know Heather's not interested in watching it, so I'm probably going to end up solo watching it at some point.
Well, outside of movies for stand-up comedy, we were talking about Andrew Santino. I did just watch. Are you familiar with Brian Simpson? He's a stand-up comedian.
No.
Okay.
I don't think I know him.
Very good watch. He's live from the Mothership in Austin, Texas. That's where he's doing the special. It's on Netflix. It's really good.
Okay.
Another one that I'm ready to watch is, are you a fan of David Tell?
Yes, I do like David Tell.
His
David
new
Tell's
special comes out March 26th. His new special is coming out March 26th on Netflix. Can't wait for that.
Dang.
Yeah, he's one of the OGs
that dude's so
legendary
that even Dave Chappelle references that man.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle calls him and says, "Hey, yeah, he's just a good."
He's Dave Chappelle's mentor.
He's a lot of people's number one comic. He's not my number one comic, but I still appreciate everything that he brings to the table for comedy. But I highly recommend you check out Brian Simpson. He's I think he's also somebody I think Jordan would like, because he's not like too exciting, Like he's very mellow. He's like he's that black friend that we had that would always get high and just say funny shit. That's what he is.
That's funny.
Like
That's
that's
great.
like our running back that we had. Who was our running back in high school? Like he has that demeanor about him. He's very mellowed out. Kerry Gamble.
Yeah.
Imagine Kerry
like
Gamble
Kerry?
as a stand-up comedian, like saying funny shit. That's this guy's
Oh,
demeanor.
good Lord.
It's so funny.
That's
But he's like,
unique.
what's creepy about him that you might appreciate, he's a nerd. He's a hardcore gaming nerd. He's a hardcore, like, comic book guy. Avengers and all that stuff.
Speaking of entertainment and gaming, that's what I've been cracking out on. And I do want to talk about that. Final Fantasy VII. The game I played as a kid for
I thought it was like
hours.
700.
Nope, Final Fantasy VII Remake. They remade it.
Oh, gosh.
And it's amazing. I have put easily 40 hours into this game.
You're willing to admit that?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, here's the thing. Anybody who's played this game knows that you've put 40 hours into this game. If you say, like anybody that's played Final Fantasy VII, all I have to say is I'm playing Final Fantasy VII, they know I've put 40 hours into this game.
Man.
It's such a fun game. Incredible story.
I can't knock it because I probably put 40 hours into something else.
I was telling my friend Brooks, I was telling my friend Brooks, who also plays it, that this, in my opinion, this remake has been the most impressive remake of a video game I've ever played. Like, it should be the standard for what remakes are when you remake something, because it's been, I would say, 75-25. 75 of trying to masterfully recreate the original game, down to dialogue and interactions and everything. But then still give it a fresh look. Everything's, three-dimensional. Everything's, it's a totally different way that you approach the screen dynamics, the camera movement, all of it. The 25% is fresh stuff. It's new elements to the story, new mini games, new features that just, even for somebody who's played the original game 2 or 3 times, like I have, you play this and it's still like playing the game brand new for the first time. So it's a ton of fun.
I can't relate to that because I've never played any game that you've been a fan of except for one, and that's The Division, and I loved that game. Like, it was phenomenal. So if it's anything
Division
like
was
that,
a lot of fun.
then I believe you.
It's not at all like The Division. It's one of my storyline RPG games that you would be bored out of your mind to play.
I expect
I
that,
love it
so
because
it's all right.
It's tactical. It's an incredible story, and
The Division was tactical.
Yeah, I don't
but
mean
for different
tactical
reasons.
in that way. Yeah, tactical. This one's a turn-based strategy. At least the original game was. So, like, I would run 3 players against an enemy, and then I set all of their commands, tell them when to heal, tell them when to defend, stuff like that, and then I'm trying to beat these boss battles each time I come into them. So it's different, but I
definitely
loved
a Josh
it,
game.
played it a ton as a kid, and anybody else who's played it and is playing the remake, you understand. And if you haven't played it, get it and play it. It's phenomenal.
You heard it here first. Get it and play Resident Evil 7.
No, Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, Final Fantasy,
nice
whatever. Whereas Resident Evil's the one that has like 700.
Resident Evil also has some remakes come out. Resident Evil 2 was a good remake.
Oh, man.
But Final Fantasy 7, man. Rebirth.
All right, my last thought for entertainment is apparently Adam Sandler is recreating Happy Gilmore 2 on Netflix, I saw.
Let's go.
That'll
Happy
be
Gilmore
fun.
2, a sequel?
I'll still watch it. Adam Sandler, 100% an Adam Sandler fan. Go check out David Tell's new stand-up special coming out this week, March 26th. I think, what is today? March 24th?
Yeah,
Wednesday?
25th.
25th. Okay, tomorrow. David Tell special. Go watch it.
If you're listening to this, it's already out. Go watch it.
Yeah. I will definitely also highlight, I'll tag the fantasy, but I think that's all I had for the games. Because I actually had games down, but
Did you?
Well,
Yay.
not on this. I had games on my other notes.
About like Madden and stuff like that.
Yeah, like Madden, or not Madden. NCAA is the one that I would be excited to play.
NCAA's coming out.
That's coming back out. trying to think of anything other games that I thought were going to be cool, but I can't think. I am still watching The Boys on Prime. I got my dad to watch
What a
it,
big-
and he called me
Yeah?
laughing his ass off because of something that happened in season 3. I haven't gotten there yet, so I was like, "You can't tell me." Apparently, there's several different things you can watch in between this. It's not just the
Oh, yeah.
prequel.
Yeah.
There's like
There's
mini.
Diabolical. There's Gen
What's that
V.
guy's name? What's that? Gen V is the not the prequel. It's what happens after
Gen
season
V is the
3.
college age one that takes place between season 3 and season 4.
Yeah, and season 4 hasn't came out yet.
Diabolical is, I'm pretty sure, an animated one that just shows you like a handful of different superheroes from the story. Like it's got a Homelander episode, but it's got other people too.
And then you have the guy that the muscle. What's his name? The guy from Red. What's his name?
The guy from Red.
The guy that's has his wife kidnapped and she's in behind the walls of that town or whatever. That she has the baby by Homelander.
Oh, gotcha. Homelander, or no, Billy Butcher's.
Billy Butcher. He has his own I guess small small mini. No, he has a small actual small episode of his own just by himself. It's called Billy Butcher.
Billy Butcher does?
Yeah, it's called Butcher, I think.
Weird.
And that I didn't know.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I think it's just called Billy or it's called Butcher, one of the two. So I'll have to check that out. But I am still watching that. I do, however, like that more than any other superhero movie I've ever seen. So,
well, it's because it's a twist on it, man. It shows you what superheroes would be like if they...
It humanizes what superheroes would be like. And that's why I enjoy it, I think.
Humanizes. I appreciate that. That it's like they're sinful too. They're capable of failure.
That's exactly, in today's life, that's exactly how it would be if we had superheroes. You can't argue that.
Unfortunately.
So,
celebrity status would be a huge factor.
Oh, yeah. But that's episode 59.
Woohoo! There it is, guys.
Episode 59.
Thanks for tuning in.
This far, if you've been tuning in this whole time, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and wherever else you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that good noise. Make sure you're following the Chubby Buddy Food Truck on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And follow our sponsors, Rage Beef Jerky,
HCW,
Heartland Championship
Wrestling,
HCW 23 Live on Facebook and Instagram. And Patreon.
Sure give them all
I don't know
follow.
what their Patreon tag is, but we'll tag it in the description. But I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man.
I will see you this Friday, and we love everyone that's listening.
It's gonna be fun. Well, actually, should we tell them now or surprise them at the next episode?
Oh, we can tell them. You'll be in person.
We will see you guys in person.
Not live.
We're gonna be not live, but him and I will be sitting right next to each other, recording together in person. Next episode 60. So we will see you guys next time. Adios. We love you.
I love you.
Bye.
Bye.